considering a public health emergency declaration. Thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. That declaration is in response to the growing number of cases of deadly mosquito-borne illnesses found in animals.
Our Grace Blanchard spoke with a local stable owner about what can be done to help reduce the spread.
The Maine CDC recently confirmed a case of eastern equine encephalitis in a horse in Somerset County, leaving stables across the state on edge.
It is really scary to know that a neurological illness is in this state.
Maine is experiencing an active mosquito-borne disease season. The most recent case in Somerset County is the third animal to test positive for the virus, which is spread through the bite of infected mosquitoes. As public health officials consider declaring a public health emergency, horse owners are also concerned.
We have felt fairly well protected, and just hearing one case, you know that it's not just one mosquito that's transmitting the disease, it's a bunch of them, so.
According to the owner of Serendipity Stable in Glenburn, there is no cure and often results in the horse being euthanized.
As global warming happens, more and more insect vectors tend to head up to the north part of the world, so it is an imminent danger.
However, there are steps that can be taken to help protect the animals.
The annual vet visit and vaccines are the most important thing. Spraying your horses every day is very important with the kind of spray that takes care of those insect vectors. Keeping the property mowed and just being very vigilant, keeping an eye on the horses to monitor any symptoms that you may not have seen before.
For further guidance, visit the Maine CDC website. In Glenburn, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
One person is dead after a crash in Orono this morning. It happened at about 11:45 a.m. on Main Street in front of Penobscot Valley Dermatology. Orono Police Chief Daniel Merrill says a motorcycle collided with an SUV that was making a left turn into the business. 31-year-old Brandon Martins of Brewer was driving that motorcycle. He died at the scene. The driver of the SUV was not injured. Chief Merrill says witnesses indicate speed was a contributing factor in the crash, and at this point, no criminal charges are expected. That investigation, though, is still ongoing.
The United States Justice Department is suing the state of Maine for what they say are violations of the Americans with Disabilities Act. According to the Justice Department, the ADA and subsequent Supreme Court decision in Olmstead versus LC requires state and local governments to ensure the services they provide for children with disabilities are available in the most integrated setting appropriate to each child's needs. The lawsuit alleges that Maine administers its system in a way that limits behavioral health services in the community. The DOJ says as a result, Maine children have to enter in and out of state facilities or even the Long Creek Juvenile Detention Facility in order to receive behavioral health services. We reached out to the Governor's Office, Attorney General's Office, and Department of Health and Human Services. Maine DHHS was the only one to respond and issued the following statement. The state of Maine agrees with the Department of Justice that Maine, like every state, has an obligation to protect children with behavioral health disabilities and that such services should be provided within communities to the greatest extent possible. That is why over the past 6 years, the governor and the legislature have provided significant new investments to strengthen children's behavioral services and why the Maine Department of Health and Human Services had been working closely with the Department of Justice to address its internal allegations from March 2022.
Well, the Somerset County Sheriff's Office could begin using body and cruiser cameras with artificial intelligence. The AI would transcribe everything that's said during a police interaction, saving time when writing reports. Owen Kingsley has the story.
Sheriff Dale Lancaster says he was convinced by the company Axon that their cameras would save deputies time when writing police reports. The cameras are designed to transcribe everything said between a deputy and whoever they're interacting with and draft an initial report.
The deputy is required to still review the report in its entirety.
Sheriff Lancaster says in a test run, this tech saved his deputies 15 to 20 minutes per report. The average deputy may respond to 5 to 10 calls a day, so in theory, these cameras would allow law enforcement to spend several more hours each day in the community instead of being behind a keyboard.
Studies will show that visibility does work as a deterrent, and having deputies set in the office typing reports It takes them off the street.
These AI cruiser and body cameras would cost about $100,000 a year. The department does not currently use body cameras and spends about $57,000 a year for cameras in their cruisers. Final approval would come from county commissioners.
Well, we have to be concerned about the taxpayer. If it appears, and I think it will, that this technology is going to free up manpower and make our law enforcement more efficient, I'm sure the county will probably approve it.
While using AI in law enforcement is still a new concept, Somerset County's district attorney says if there are any potential mistakes, the body camera itself can review what happened.
So we're getting closer and closer to being able to put in front of the jury exactly what happened.
A more accurate picture for the jury that saves time for police.
Maine's top prosecutor says the stakes of the upcoming presidential election couldn't be higher, especially when it comes to reproductive rights. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke to Maine's Attorney General and has more on what we can expect before Harris and Trump face off at tomorrow's debate.
On that debate stage, what I expect that folks here in Maine and folks across the country are going to see is a clear choice between how our country can move forward and how we should be concerned about how Donald Trump wants to take our country back.
Aaron Fry is Maine's Attorney General. He is supporting Vice President Harris and says reproductive rights will play a key role, not only in Harris's debate strategy on Tuesday, but also in the general election. This is the first presidential election since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade with the Dobbs decision.
We had an established right that was 50 years old. That said, look, right to privacy includes the ability to make decisions about your own body, right? And for the first time in the history of the United States, the Supreme Court revoked a substantive right.
Attorney General Fry says should Donald Trump get a second term, he can protect even more rights coming under attack.
Because if you read the Dobbs decision, there was thought about rolling back other privacy rights. Where does it stop?
Attorney General Fry adds that what he's going to be watching for in Tuesday's debate is for Vice President Harris to use her unique skills as a former prosecutor and state attorney general.
I also believe that Vice President Harris is in a unique situation to hold Donald Trump accountable for all of the stuff that just pours out of his mouth, whatever comes off the top of his head, whatever it is that he makes up that he later on says he didn't say, right?
And you can watch the presidential debate here on ABC 7 and Fox 22 on Tuesday, beginning at 9 p.m. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A group of sportsmen are speaking out in the race for Maine's 2nd Congressional District. Sportsmen for Golden is a group of around 100 leaders in Maine's sportsman community. They say Jared Golden has voted to support access for sportsmen to federal land and voted to protect Second Amendment rights. Take a listen.
I think that what's really important to me is looking at Jared's voting record. We can talk all day long about filling out questionnaires or asking questions and saying what you want to say to make people like what you're saying. But when you get down into the weeds and look at Jared's voting record and where he has stood on those matters that are important to Maine outdoors enthusiasts, I don't think you can really question it. I really don't. The record is what counts.
The coalition's support comes at an opportune time as the NRA has decided to endorse Golden's opponent, Austin Theriault. The leader of the NRA's political arm said in a statement, quote, "It doesn't matter if you carry a firearm to protect your family, to hunt, or because you are a shooting sports enthusiast. Jared Golden's radical anti-gun agenda will strip you of your Second Amendment rights," end quote.
A group of employees from the Maine Gambling Control Unit are defending their boss following a vote of no confidence from Maine's casino inspectors. The letter was signed by Gambling Control Unit Deputy Director Matthew Modi and 8 other employees. It says Executive Director Milton Champion has their unwavering support and appreciation. The letter goes on to applaud Champion for his, quote, open door policy and approachable demeanor. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says the department still hasn't received the letter from the casino inspectors, but they are aware of the contents of the letter as published in the media.
Well, on Sunday morning, a partnership between Old Town and Penobscot Nation Indian Island kicked off. The Old Town Police Department will now provide full coverage on the island as their department is currently grappling with some staffing issues. Our Doug Banks has the story.
It's a partnership between two communities only separated by the Penobscot River.
I don't believe we've ever done this in the past.
After months of communication between both communities, on Sunday at 6 a.m., the Old Town Police Department officially began providing full coverage of Indian Island.
Penobscot Nation was having some difficulty retaining their police officers. They've been operating bare bones, minimum staffing, and it just got to the point where they reached out for help, and we were more than willing to assist them in any way that we could.
Their coverage will include patrols, emergency and non-emergency calls.
It would be as low as 2, but on weekends, evening shifts, we'll have as many as 3, 4, 5 officers working. We understand staffing shortages, and Indian Island isn't the only police department that's struggling to keep up with their staffing levels. We're here to help them out and support them in the best way that we can, as long as it takes for them to get back on their feet and get to a level of staffing where they're comfortable.
To learn more or for any questions or concerns, Sergeant Bailey says to reach out to either one of the departments. Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here. We'll peek outside and get a first check of our forecast to see if tomorrow's going to be as picture perfect as today was.
All right.
Thank you. Our first weather tonight is brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. Old Town Redemption offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. All right, take a look at the radar right now. We got some cloud cover over the state of Maine right now, but nothing too serious. We got some rain showers over New York, and those are going to move east, bringing some cloud cover to us overnight tonight, and maybe a few showers, but they will stay off the coast for us. And look at those highs, only up in the upper 60s here in Bangor, 69 degrees in Rockland as well, 67 in Bar Harbor. But those warmer temperatures stayed to the southwestern portion of the state, Lewiston and Augusta at 72 degrees. A lot cooler up north today, only mid-60s up there. Presque Isle with 65 degrees for their high. As we take a look overnight tonight, we will have some clouds move in. We can see those temperatures right around the low 50s.
All right, after the break, we'll be back with more of your local news.
Stay with us.
Injured in an accident? Are the bills and pain keeping you up at night? Phone lines are open right now to take your call. The law offices of Joe Bornstein is working hard to get their clients all the money they deserve. Find out what your case may really be worth.
So I called Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein, and I got way more.
They fight hard for injured Mainers.
Call Joe at 207-CALL-JOE.
Tell the insurance company you mean business.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Bangor Brewer bowling lanes on Wilson Street in Brewer, featuring 24 lanes of candlepin bowling and a big arcade room where kids can win great prizes. Glow bowling on Saturday nights from 7 until closing. Bring your entire family of fun entertainment for all ages.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
The longest lasting brand. For best value, go with the longest lasting brand, Toyota. And at the Toyota Best Value event, you can get a Tundra, the longest lasting half-ton truck with 1.99 financing, including hybrid and gas models. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance. The longest lasting brand. So for a vehicle with long-lasting value, see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
I guess party started. It's not a party. Stand up straight.
It's the semi-final restaurant takeover.
I'm gonna have a panic attack.
MasterChef Generations, 2 all-new hours Wednesday on Fox.
Hello, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Coming up on the next Good Morning Maine, Indian Island is the latest community to struggle with hiring enough police officers. They're now having to rely on Old Town PD for their police coverage. We'll have the full story for you on the next Good Morning Maine, along with all the day's latest news. Hope you'll join us then.
An inferno in Auburn leveled an apartment building that was under construction. Flames were shooting up into the sky and were still smoldering hours later. City leaders in Auburn approved this project 3 years ago, only to see one of the 2 apartment buildings under construction burned to the ground late last night. Brad Rogers has the story.
Members of the State Fire Marshal's Office, ATF investigators, and Auburn police were here on the scene today to try to figure out what started this fire. Right now, we're told, it's too soon to tell. The call came in at 10 after 10 Sunday night. The fire chief says when the first crews got here, half this apartment building under construction was on fire.
When we arrived, there was fire on all 4 floors at the back of that east building.
Fire started on the east side of the building, and within minutes, it was ablaze.
Jeffrey Soroy shot this video of the fire on Mount Auburn Avenue.
I mean, you could see the fire coming right through the wall from the front of the building.
The fire chief says no one was hurt in the fire. AR Building Company was building 2 apartment buildings here. The one that was destroyed was set to open in January.
We are very fortunate that the building wasn't occupied.
The other building, which the mayor and fire chief say only suffered cosmetic damage, was to open in 2 months.
Auburn and the surrounding fire departments that responded to that really saved that other building.
Auburn Planning Director Eric Cousin says on their last inspection Friday, the doors and windows to this apartment building were locked.
As of last week, that building was well secured.
City leaders say this 52-unit apartment building had power, but no sprinkler system yet. The Auburn Housing Authority says there are wait lists for housing in apartments across the city and call this a significant loss. And city leaders say it will take a year or 2 to rebuild this apartment building.
Losing 50 units this close to being available for occupancy will have a significant impact.
It's just very disappointing to lose 50 units of housing that are so desperately needed.
We did reach out to the developer, but have not heard back. Typically, though, builders have insurance to cover damage from a fire during construction.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. Following the COVID-19 pandemic, schools across the state have continued to see a growing trend of chronic absenteeism. To help combat that, more schools are turning towards online learning programs as an alternative for students. The Ellsworth School Department introduced a new online program called Flexible Instructional Resources for Student Transformation, or FIRST Academy, which offers online-only or hybrid learning. The program targets students who are looking for a more flexible and personalized learning path. This comes after Ellsworth saw a 45% chronic absentee rate in their schools. The Maine Department of Education defines chronically absent students as having missed 10% or more of school, whether excused or not. Ellsworth school officials cite social and emotional challenges as a key factor.
This is really just another option. The FIRST Academy is just a more flexible route for students, and if that grows exponentially, then we'll make sure that we have the materials and staff to cover that for our kids.
According to Chan, they started doing research last year and received guidance from Bucksport and Brewer School officials who have also implemented online learning programs. They have 16 students enrolled and are currently offering it 7th through 12th graders. Anyone interested in learning about enrollment options can contact the Ellsworth School Department.
Well, notes went home to Herman Middle School parents Monday, making them aware of a new TikTok trend that school officials are concerned might encourage tobacco use. Principal Zachary Freeman received information that students were bringing a product known as Grinds into the school and sharing it with others. Grinds is a caffeine product sold at convenience stores that looks very similar to chewing tobacco. Freeman says he wanted to make parents aware of this product's existence and that it is unacceptable for students to distribute or even bring it to school.
The way we address it is through parents. I am not with our students 80% of the time. They're home, they're on the weekends, and they get these things outside of school and they bring them to school. And if we can stop it at home, then we're more likely not to have these issues at school.
Freeman says, quote, given the newness of this product, warnings were given out to the students involved, but that future situations will warrant school consequences, end quote.
A truck hauling a wide load is expected to slow traffic tomorrow evening as it travels from Herman to Columbia, Maine. You can see on your screen now the truck and its cargo is scheduled to depart from 602 Colbrick Road in Herman at 7 p.m. on September 10th. The truck will travel accompanied by full police escort, ending at 195 P Ridge Road in Columbia. To prioritize the safety of all vehicles that may be in the vicinity of the truck, the average speed of the transport vehicle has been capped at 35 miles per hour. The estimated total transport time is 8 to 9 hours. Go to our website for a detailed accounting of the route the truck will take so you can prepare to avoid those roads or allow extra travel time.
And again, our website, foxbangor.com, for anybody who thinks that might conflict with where they're going tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
All right, well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, we have a look at our national and international headlines.
Don't go anywhere.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
What do you call a no-show at work?
A deadbeat.
Someone who'd jack up costs for seniors.
Dead wrong.
What do you call both?
Austin Terrio.
Terrio skipped work, still took his paycheck. Now he wants to go to Congress. But there he'll give power to politicians who want to cut the Social Security and Medicare Mainers earned. Then let big insurance charge seniors 5 times more for care. No-show, Terrio?
No way.
Just no. HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
You bought your Toyota because Toyota is the longest lasting brand. You put your trust in Toyota's reputation for quality. Now put your trust in Toyota-trained certified technicians who install genuine Toyota parts to help keep your Toyota a Toyota. Contact your New England Toyota dealer today to learn about affordable September service offers that feature genuine Toyota parts. Trust the experts at Toyota Service Centers and keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
ABC 7, Fox 22, 207 Collectibles, and Graham's 5 and Dime want to send you to see Cody Jinks live in concert on his Change the Game tour, Thursday, September 12th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at 207 Collectibles in Bucksport or Graham's 5 and Dime, 36 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Win tickets to see Cody Jinks September 12th on the Bangor waterfront.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
If you've been injured, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Welcome back. Israel is pushing back on increasing strikes from Iranian proxy groups by targeting their weapons and supplies. Fox's Trey Yangst has more from Tel Aviv.
As the war in Gaza grinds on, Israel appears to be taking the fight to Iranian proxies outside its borders. More than a dozen killed overnight in a series of suspected Israeli airstrikes on facilities in Syria, including a scientific research center in the city of Maisaf, where Iranian experts were developing weapons for militias being funded by Tehran. But the Israelis aren't confirming they were behind the airstrikes, and Iran is denying any link to the sites.
We strongly reject allegations about Iran's role in sending weapons to one side of the war, and we assess these allegations as politically motivated.
Israel has carried out hundreds of airstrikes in Syria in recent years, but this is a sensitive moment. Negotiators are working around the clock to get a ceasefire deal in Gaza, while Iran is still vowing retaliation for the killing of a Hamas leader in Tehran.
We are looking at all of the fronts, and this means that while you are fighting here in Gaza, we are preparing for everything that could happen.
It also comes as the political pressure on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is ramping up. Weekend protests here in Tel Aviv turned violent, with thousands calling for Netanyahu's resignation and the return of the remaining hostages.
I want them to be alive when they come home. We can't get any more bodies. We can't see body bags. We are fed up with the way this is being run.
The country is still reeling from a weekend attack that left 3 Israelis dead in the West Bank. The gunman crossed from Jordan. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
We're learning more details about what led up to last week's deadly shooting at a Georgia high school. It comes as the community continues to honor the 4 lives lost. Fox's Steve Harrigan has more.
A makeshift memorial growing outside of Appalachia High School on Monday, honoring the 4 people killed in last week's shooting. It comes as new details raise questions about efforts to prevent the attack, following a Washington Post report that the 14-year-old suspect's mother called the school on the morning of the shooting to warn of a, quote, extreme emergency. Prosecutors say she is not involved in the case and has been cooperating with the investigation. Only the teen and his father, Colin Gray, have been charged. The 54-year-old is the first parent of a school shooting suspect to be charged in Georgia.
We've got to work from the inside out to stop these mass shootings. How do we do that? We hold irresponsible parents like this guy who's buying an AR-15 for a 13-year-old.
Legal experts say prosecutors will likely focus on a 2023 visit to the family's home by police after reports the teen allegedly made threats to shoot up a local middle school.
So the degree of that evidence needs to be robust enough, and it's all factual, to convince a jury that this was a real threat and a real danger, and that you should have taken action.
Appalachia High School remains closed following the shooting. Police are crediting this newly installed panic alert system for likely saving many lives that day.
An educator that is wearing one of these, recognizing that there's a critical situation, in this case, an active assailant situation, is able to create really kind of that silent panic alert.
A grand jury hearing for the case is scheduled for next month. In Atlanta, Steve Harrigan, Fox News.
The stakes for Tuesday's presidential debate between Vice President Harris and former President Trump couldn't be any higher. Fox's Alexandria Hoff has more about their debate prep from Philadelphia.
The city of Philadelphia is stepping up security just one day from the first and maybe only presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump.
I think it'll be like a good square off between the two candidates.
I think she's going to burn him up.
Burn up Trump?
Yeah, as a prosecutor going against a criminal.
The pressure on both sides to perform is mounting after a new national poll from the New York Times Siena College shows the candidates deadlocked. Trump at 48% and Harris at 47% among likely voters.
Neither one of them can afford a mistake.
The tight race making the stakes even higher. Harris has been preparing over the weekend in Pittsburgh, practicing crisp 2-minute answers, according to her team, and having a Democratic consultant play Trump, while Trump's camp has projected confidence and at times dismissing the need for in-depth prep.
She's been preparing for these very types of scenarios where Trump is going to go off the rails, where he's going to lie, he's going to, not tell the truth.
She can run, but she cannot hide from her tenure during the Biden administration. So when you look at what this debate's going to be, it's going to be the opportunity for Americans to see 2 candidates who have a fundamentally different view of what this country should look like.
As of Monday, there are no other debates confirmed between the 2 presidential candidates, although a rematch date in October has been pitched to both sides. In Philadelphia, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Fire crews in Southern California are scrambling to contain a massive wildfire burning just east of Los Angeles. Fox's William Lajeunesse has more from Running Springs, California.
Tens of thousands of homes in Southern California threatened by an out-of-control wildfire burning along the edge of the San Bernardino National Forest, 70 miles east of Los Angeles. The so-called line fire burned through more than 20,000 acres so far, prompting evacuation orders for more than 4,000 residents. But with little warning before the fire crept up, it is not clear where everyone will go.
They're having trouble finding a specific location big enough fairgrounds. It's ongoing, it's dynamic.
This is just one of more than 70 fires burning over 2 million acres in the western U.S., and triple-digit temperatures throughout the region are making containment difficult. On Sunday, the heat from the line fire was so intense it spawned its own weather system, and so far it is less than 10% contained.
It is creeping up along the ridge you see behind me, and we're having a lot of aggressive firefighting tactics from aircraft and on the ground.
Governor Gavin Newsom did declare a state of emergency and says a FEMA grant will ensure the state has enough money to keep fighting the fires. But with the extreme heat continuing into this week, some residents fear losing their homes.
We worked so hard to get this house, and just the thought of just coming back to nothing, it's, all in rooms, An air quality alert does remain in effect because of the smoke and excessive heat. In Running Springs, California, William Lajeunesse, Fox News.
Well, we certainly hope they get that contained sooner rather than later. It's always scary to see those images coming out of the West.
Absolutely.
All right, well, still to come on Fox 22, we have more local news.
All right, stay with us.
Judge and the Yankees battle Devers and the rival Red Sox, or Rays Guardians. Baseball Night in America, Thursday on Fox.
Your skin is ever-changing. Take care of it with Gold Bond's healing formulations of 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins. For all your skins, Gold Bond.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
We are explorers, hard workers, the jack of all trades. We are Mainers. Maine Quit Link provides free nicotine quit medication, including gum, patches, and lozenges. No insurance needed, no copay, and no cost to Mainers. Because quitting tobacco with a little extra help is more successful than quitting on your own. Quit like a Mainer. Enroll online at MaineQuitLink.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Give damaged hair deep repair. Everpure Bond Repair from L'Oreal Paris. Our system with Bonding Care Complex repairs weak inner hair bonds and strengthens hair in just one use. Prevents breakage as well as a $90 routine. Everpure from L'Oreal Paris. You're worth it.
The longest lasting brand. For best value, go with the longest lasting brand, Toyota. And at the Toyota Best Value event, you could get $4.99 for $60 on a ready-for-anything all-wheel drive RAV4 with a ready-to-impress refined interior. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance. The longest lasting brand. So for a vehicle with long-lasting value, see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Situated in Jonesboro on the coast of Maine lies Barren View Golf Course, a true links course that's a treat for golfers of all skill levels. We feature a driving range, putting green, practice sand trap, pro shop, and snack bar. Open 7 days a week. Please call ahead for a tee time.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Apple debuted the latest edition of the iPhone today. Fox's Susan Lee has details.
Apple's hoping artificial intelligence will boost its iPhone sales. Its iPhone 16 is a tech giant's first mainstream phone to utilize new software capabilities called Apple Intelligence, which is powered by generative AI. Now, to run Apple Intelligence and other capabilities, the iPhone has been built with new A18 chips, which Apple claims makes it up to 30% faster than the iPhone 15. The display also has a 50% stronger ceramic shield for scratches and drops. And the new design also brings a devoted camera button on the side to quickly snap shots. The button can also be held down to shoot videos. Now the price tag, the iPhone 16 starts at $799, and that's for a 128 gigabyte model, with the 16 Plus starting at $899. Now, as far as looks go, the iPhone 16 comes in a variety of slightly refreshed colors that are more vivid compared to previous years. The tech giant also introduced upgrades for its AirPods line, and that includes AirPods Pro 2, which contains a built-in hearing aid function. And Apple says its new Series 10 watch has its biggest screen yet, up to 30% larger than previous generations. It's also 10% thinner than the Series 9 watch.
These are the most beautiful and capable watches we've ever created.
Apple considers the opportunity in AI so important that it dropped a $10 billion project to develop a self-driving car. In New York, Susan Lee, Fox Business.
Iconic actor James Earl Jones, the voice of Mufasa in Disney's The Lion King, and the legendary star of stage and screen, has died. Jones died Monday at his home in upstate New York. His agent confirmed. Ashley Dvorkin has more.
One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here.
The barrier-breaking star had a career which spanned more than 60 years. From the small screen to Broadway to blockbuster franchise films, Jones won 2 Emmys, 2 Tonys, a Grammy, and an honorary Oscar. His most notable roles include a reclusive writer in A Field of Dreams, a boxer in The Great White Hope, and a king in Coming to America. On Broadway, Jones tackled Shakespeare and August Wilson-written characters, among others. But arguably, Jones might be best known for his deep baritone voice, which he lent to villain Darth Vader in Star Wars.
It's all rewarding. I'm primarily a stage actor. I was trained that way. I've done some film, and I love it. I love television. I even love commercials. I love animation. I love using my voice and my imagination.
Born in Mississippi in 1931, he later moved to Michigan, where he was adopted and raised by his grandparents. Jones suffered from a stutter while growing up and barely talked. He wrote in his autobiography a teacher helped him overcome the speech impediment by reading out loud. In 2016, Jones told Fox News even decades into his career, he'll always think of himself as a student.
There's always some place to go, you know. And hopefully you play something to learn still.
Jones graduated from the University of Michigan in 1953 and later moved to New York to pursue acting. In 2022, Broadway's Court Theater was renamed the James Earl Jones Theater in honor of his contributions to the stage. Jones was married twice and had 1 son. James Earl Jones was 93 years old.
The last few years have been tough. Biden and Kamala's inflation is crushing working families, and Jared Golden is making things worse. In Washington, Jared Golden voted with Biden and Harris to raise taxes on middle-class families, and he supported their new energy tax that is driving up our heating costs. Biden and Harris changed Jared Golden. Now he's just another tax and spend politician who sells out Mainers.
Restoration Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Fall in love with your home again with Acclaim Replacement Windows from Renewal by Andersen. Do you have broken, drafty, or high-maintenance windows? We've got you covered. From consultation to installation, our Acclaim windows made with exclusive Fibrex composite material outperform traditional wood, aluminum, or vinyl. For reliable window and door replacement, choose Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
The longest lasting brand. Toyota is the longest lasting brand. And at the Toyota Best Value event, you can get 5.99 for 72 financing on a turbocharged Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places.
When Rage Room in Winslow wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Looking to blow off some steam? The Rage Room is the perfect place to unleash your fury, distress, and have a great time doing it. Call today to book an appointment.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Lakeshore Restaurant, 16 Crockett Road, Dexter, has a menu with a wide selection of fried seafood, lobster, burgers, sandwiches, pizza, and more. Try our ice cream or a milkshake. Dine inside or go to our takeout window and sit outside and enjoy the view. Open every day.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half-off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
So here we go. Arizona takes on K-State.
Are you kidding me?
Fox College Football Friday kicks off at 8 Eastern.
Our main weather tonight is brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. Old Town Redemption offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. All right, take a look at those highs today. Only the upper 60s here in Bangor, 69 degrees for our high, 69 in Rockland as well, 67 in Bar Harbor, but we did have those low 70s stretching to the southwestern portion of the state. Lewiston and Augusta did hit 72 degrees today. Millinocket, the same as us, right around 69 degrees. If you go a little bit more north, though, right around the mid-60s for them. Presque Isle with 65 degrees only for their high today. And it's going to be cool tonight, a little bit warmer down by the coast. So near Bangor and Deer Isle, that's where we're going to have some clouds move in right around midnight. And we can see Bangor sticking around maybe 52, 53 degrees for the low. Deer Isle right around 55. We can see 54 in Wesley, but much cooler temperatures north of us. They will have clear skies for tonight. 41 in Clayton Lake, 46 in Millinocket. So we'll see those low to mid 40s throughout the northern and central parts of the state for tonight. And not much warmer tomorrow. We'll have some more clouds. We can see 67 degrees in Bangor for tomorrow, 66 in Deer Isle. Lots of mid to upper 60s across the southern portion of the state. Up north, that's where it's going to be a lot cooler. They'll be dealing with a lot more clouds. Millinocket only at 60 and Clayton Lake only at 51 around noon for tomorrow. So not going to be very warm in the northern part of the state. But looking ahead, though, we're going to have some much warmer temperatures, especially going into Thursday and Friday. That's when we'll be back in those 80s, a high of 81 degrees on Thursday, 83 on Friday. So it'll be nice and toasty before the weekend. Still got 80s around Saturday, but then we'll cool off back to right around average with temperatures at 76 degrees for Sunday and Monday. All right, take a look at the humidity out there right now. Pretty well. Looks like we got dew points below 50 degrees, so very comfortable for tonight, but we're going to see those dew points rise. They could get a little bit uncomfortable going into Friday and Saturday where we're dealing with those hot temperatures in the 80s. Dew points will be right above 60 degrees, so could get a little bit uncomfortable then. And then we will have some low pressure making its way into Sunday, so that's when we could really see some moisture really ramp up then. But right now, it looks like outside, we just got a little bit of cloud cover over us right now. Some rain showers over New York, and this system's going to continue to move east, bringing some cloud cover over us near Bangor and the coastal regions for tonight. Maybe a few showers off the coast, so we will stay dry. Other than that, it looks like right around 12:30 is when that cloud cover is going to make its way. This is what's going to kind of keep those lows a little bit warmer for us in Bangor and the coastal regions, right around the low to mid 50s. And as we continue on, we're going to see that cloud cover is going to continue to come in from the north now, so that's why it's going to be much cooler throughout the day for tomorrow up north, and then we could have some partly cloudy skies with some sunshine in there mixed in near Bangor for tomorrow, and that will all clear out going into Wednesday early morning hours, and then we will see lots of sunshine going into Wednesday afternoon. All right, for tonight, though, we got a low right around 50 degrees, increasing clouds and areas of dense fog as well after around 2 a.m., so be careful if you're driving on the roads for tonight. And tomorrow, a high of 68 degrees. We will have some sunny skies out there, but clouds will move in as well. It will be breezy from the northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Taking a look at your extended forecast, weather is going to improve, and we'll see temperatures in those low to mid 80s by Thursday and Friday.
All righty, thank you, Chase.
All right, sports is next with Tyler Cruz.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basement-y.
Let's play Bob's Dare to Compare. My mango set versus the competitor's similar set. What are you looking for, Sam?
A quality dining set that seats up to 6 people.
Both sets are solid mango wood with 4 chairs and bench, but mine comes with your choice of paneled or upholstered chairs with Papa-Pedic seating. Theirs costs $15.69, but how much is mine? Spin that wheel. Only $9.99. So you get more choices and save hundreds with my mango set. Dare to compare. In store or at mybobs.com.
A family-owned and operated business since 1953, Hammond Lumber Company recognizes the value of their team members and the importance of employee satisfaction. Hammond is honored to have been named one of the best places to work in Maine for the 4th consecutive year, and Hammond was once again selected as one of the best places to work in New Hampshire by Business New Hampshire magazine. Hammond is always looking for great people to join their team. To find your place on the Hammond team, click on the careers link at hammondlumber.com.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider, the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Driveway Maintenance Paving, located in Carmel. Driveway Maintenance Paving is your go-to for paving, seal coating, and crack filling for eastern and central Maine.
What a start to the year it was for the New England Patriots. Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Only one game in, but the Pats pulling off an impressive upset victory on the road against the Bengals, and now they head into their home opener 1-0. The Patriots were the heaviest underdogs of the week against the Bengals and came away with a 16-10 victory in Cincinnati thanks to an outstanding defensive effort. The offense controlled the game well, and Ramondre Stevenson had an impressive 120-yard performance with a rushing touchdown. It was quite the debut for first-year head coach Gerard Mayo, too, and starting quarterback Jacoby Brissett simply did his job from start to finish.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. That's a great team win right there, in all three phases of the game. Everybody stepped up when we needed them to step up. In the game, on a roll in victory formation, man, it doesn't get much better than that.
Very proud. My message to the players, they gave me the Gatorade shower and things like that. But, without them, I'm nothing. So, all the praise goes to those guys, and they did a great job.
Staying with some football now, Maine football returns home this weekend after a tough loss at the third-ranked team in the nation in Montana State. The Black Bears went out to Bozeman, Montana for a matchup with the Bobcats. It was a tough start for Maine, falling behind 21-0 in the first quarter, but from there on, they dug their feet in and finished the game strong. Maine got on the board to end the first half and outscored Montana State in the second half, holding them to just 3 points while finding the end zone twice themselves. So while the 41-24 loss wasn't the result they wanted, head coach Jordan Stevens says the toughness they showed is something to build on.
There was definitely a moment when we were on our heels. There's no doubt about that in the first quarter. So to see the players respond certainly shows their mental toughness and their ability to continue to play to a standard, not the scoreboard. Was something that we're really focused on and something we were able to reinforce again today, and just something we got to continue to build on.
Stevens and the Black Bears play old friend Derek Robertson this Saturday at home. He's with Monmouth. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m., and you can watch right here on ABC, or over on ABC. To the high school sports scene now, and a Class C North soccer matchup over in Bucksport. The Central Red Devils in town taking on the Golden Bucks. We're going to pick it up in the first half. No score. Bucks looking to change that. Addison Harvey from way downtown, and the freshman is going to get the long-range bomb into the back of the net. Pretty impressive goal right there. Later on, Bucks looking for more. Addison Goss with a nice ball to Haley Rose. But look at Emma Byers coming up with a great defensive play in the box to keep the Bucks at bay. But here they come again now. The same two. Goss with a through ball to Rose. And this time, Rose is going to find the back of the net. That makes it 2-0 Bucksport. The Devils, they would fight though. Here's Grace Minario on the corner. That is Maddie Frost, who is going to find the back of the net for Central, and the Red Devils are on the board. But Bucksport was just too much. Here's Goss, a very nice corner, and this ball is going to find Ruby Pereira. She knocks it in for the goal, and Bucksport goes on to win 10-2. Here are some other scores from around the area now. Dexter over Central Aroostook 6-2 in 8-player soccer for boys. Girls 8-player soccer, Sumner wins 3-1. Stearns beats Herman in field hockey, and then Orono and Mattanochuk play to a tie in Class C girls soccer. All right, moving on to some baseball now. Red Sox coming off of a series win this weekend. They are not out yet, hosting the AL East leading Orioles. Trevor Story back in the lineup for Boston after injuring his shoulder back in April. Good sign there. Not the best start for the Sox and Brian Bayo, runner on second for Anthony Santander. He gets one down for a run-scoring double. That is going to make it 1-0 Orioles in the top of the first. 1-1 now, though, and here is where the fun would start. Man on for Rob Refsnyder. He unloads on this one. That is deep to dead center field and gone. Boston takes a 3-1 lead on the 2-run homer. The very next batter is Tyler O'Neill, and he does the same thing. He sends a solo shot into the monster seats, way back and gone. Those two would actually go back-to-back again in the 8th inning. Trevor Story gets a hit in his first game back. All Red Sox on Monday. They win it 12-3. And that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Did you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
Sun up to sundown. There's no rest until harvest. Together, we're unstoppable. Together, we're united. United Ag and Turf, your local John Deere dealer.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
Class-leading safety features at every turn. The Hyundai Tucson.
Get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
You want to be a lifeguard?
Go, go, go!
This is the real deal.
On an island in the sun.
A Western epic and a country music superstar are among the new digital, DVD, and music releases available to add to your home library. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin runs down the list of what's new in home entertainment.
Make some noise! The box office hit Inside Out 2 tops this week's list of what's new in home entertainment. The animated sequel follows Riley as a teen experiencing new emotions, including anxiety and envy. Kevin Costner co-wrote, directed, and stars in Horizon: An American Saga Chapter 1. The Western epic is set around the years of the Civil War, chronicling the expansion and settlement of the American West.
They all gang back together again.
Bette Midler, Susan Sarandon, Megan Mullally, and Cheryl Lee Ralph star in the comedy The Fabulous Four. They play longtime friends who reunite on a life-changing trip to their college friend's wedding.
Hello. Hi.
Andrew Scott plays a gay man grieving the loss of his parents who develops a romance with his mysterious neighbor in the romantic fantasy All of Us Strangers.
I did not commit this crime.
Available only on digital, Chiwetel Ejiofor wrote, directed, and co-stars in the drama Rob Peace. The film follows the true story of the late Robert Deshaun Peace, an intellectually gifted young man who risked everything he worked for to free his imprisoned father.
I am an echidna warrior.
Small screen favorites to own. The 6-part Paramount Plus series Knuckles features Idris Elba as the voice of the echidna warrior. And Peacock's Ted Season 1 is the prequel series to the films and follows the foul-mouthed teddy bear helping his friend navigate his teenage years. For music fans, jazz soul singer Lady Blackbird releases her new album, Slang Spirituals. And country star Miranda Lambert pays tribute to her home state with her new album, Postcards from Texas. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
A heat pump company is partnering with a local Good Samaritan to keep struggling Mainers warm as the temperatures drop outside. Throughout September, Mac Heat Pumps will be collecting blankets for the unhoused in partnership with Bangor local Jeff Toms, otherwise known as Sandwich Man. For years, Toms has been handing out sandwiches to Bangor's unhoused population on a near weekly basis. Mac Heating noticed how Toms was impacting his community and planned the drive to help him with his endeavor.
With this colder weather, we want to impact people, and so we want to help him do what he does, and so we're gathering up blankets and inviting others to do that with us.
Donations can be brought to the Max Heating Pumps office at 1368 Hammond Street in Bangor. To get more information, contact Mac Heat Pumps through their Facebook.
And finally tonight, it's been a good year for the puffin population in our state. Researchers spent months studying the birds across 7 different islands off the coast of Maine, and they found the food source available this summer was a big contributor into the birds' livelihood. Our Jody Hersey shows us.
Probably for as long as people have been here, there have been puffins here in Maine.
The state's puffin population is strong, according to researchers with the Audubon Seabird Institute in Bremen. Don Lyons is the director of conservation science at the Institute. He says 25 researchers spent months studying the small birds on 7 different islands off the coast of Maine and tracking their diets, growth, and nesting habitats.
When they're able to find enough food, it's a really good indication that the health of our oceans is strong. In some recent years, we've seen puffins struggle to raise chicks, struggle to find enough food, and that's pretty tightly linked to warm ocean waters, what we call marine heat waves. And that can be directly tied back to climate change.
Lyons says the birds eat a lot of different fish, and this year they feasted on Atlantic herring.
Puffins are great little research teams. They go out into the ocean multiple times a day, and the fish they bring back to feed their chicks is a great data source.
This is the second year Allison Ballard of Washington has spent the summer in Maine researching puffins.
You really learn to be kind of one with your island, and you're up when the birds are up, and you're really doing things when the birds are doing things.
Ballard says she feels incredibly lucky to be involved in the conservation of Maine's wildlife.
To be a biologist and to be out there and to be really contributing to the science with such a long data set, you really see the impact that you're making with the birds.
In Bremen, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Definitely a little obsessed with those cute little guys.
They're such happy looking little birds, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, aren't they just stunning?
Oh, they're adorable.
I adore them.
I love them.
Oh gosh, all right. Well, that's 2 thumbs up from us. All right, well, that's going to do it for us, from everybody here at Fox 22 News. Take care and have a great night.
Have a great night, everyone.
We are back on the floor.
The Floor, Wednesday, September 25th on Fox.
Are you on Medicaid and in need of bladder control and incontinence products? Then stay tuned for a free offer from Active Style.
I'm embarrassed to go out in public because sometimes I have accidents. Can Medicaid help me with bladder control products?
Can I get my bladder control products delivered at no cost to me? Is there a home delivery service for bladder control products?
How would you like to have all your incontinence supplies delivered discreetly right to your door at no cost to you? You can if you're Medicaid eligible. Thanks to Active Style. At Active Style, we understand your needs and offer convenient home delivery of incontinence products for children and adults. When you call a personal consultant, someone like me will help you find the best bladder control supplies for you. Inside every product is a super absorbent core that turns liquid to gel and locks it away to help protect your skin and keep you dry. Your comfort and satisfaction are assured by our Get It Right guarantee. If the fit's not right, we'll send different products until you're completely satisfied. Plus, we'll handle all the details with your doctor and insurance. And your privacy is assured. Every order ships free right to your door in discreet boxes. Best of all, our caring and complete service costs you nothing if you're Medicaid eligible.
With Active Style, my bladder control worries are gone.
This is a special TV offer. If you're Medicaid eligible, you'll get our great caring service, our Get It Right guarantee, and a free sample. So please, call now.
If you're on Medicaid, call now for your free sample. Active Style is the easy, convenient way to get incontinence supplies shipped discreetly to your door at no cost to you.
Call 888-759-6125. That's 888-759-6125.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.